The goal is not to make the mind stop or slow down even. It's because that's efforting. And if we put effort into something like this, there's going to be resistance. The mind is going to go, well, I'm not going to slow down. There's a friction there. But when there's an accepting of the fact that there are thoughts here, that's the fact of your present moment experience. There's the mind wandering from thing to thing to thing. That's what it is. That is your present moment experience. So the instruction then is to welcome that, not necessarily getting involved in all the content of it, but to welcome the fact that thinking is here. It's habitual. It's like blah, blah, blah. That's what the mind does. And the more that we can come back, and I'm doing this naturally, like hand on heart, hand on belly, take a breath. I lost you on my screen. How did that happen? I'll just keep going. Okay. Hand on heart, hand on belly, take a breath, coming back, just seeing it as just content that's running across the screen, but you don't have to go into that. So that's the way to relate when there's a lot of thinking happening. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, yes, making sense, especially when you say putting hand on heart. That does make sense because then you come to the body part. But then another question is, how do you finish the task? Not only in meditation, but in other tasks also. You are not on the task. You are always wandering here and there. So how do you finish and get going to your goals, your objectives, and so what can be the technique for that? Because it's not only in meditation, otherwise also when you are doing some work, but your mind is somewhere else, and so you are not able to put 100% focus on that.
Wait to see how you're moved. Yeah, when it feels right to move on to a task, to accomplish a goal, if that's what is alive for you, it's a natural movement. There's a natural flow that's always happening. We can decide, okay, now I'm going to get up and go, organize something or, write something. But the mind's perception of that happens after actually a split second after the actual flow of it. When we really look at it, there's like this naturalness that happens. So part of what I'm saying is it's not personal to you. We think we say, okay, I'm going to get up now and I'm going to go do this or I'm going to go do that. But there's a naturalness to it that comes prior to that. So be gentle, be flowy in your life. Let things flow. When it's time to finish meditation, you feel it. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go and do something else now. When it's time to focus on a goal, then you do the actions that focus on the goal. What is interesting to take a look at is if there's any kind of personal investment in it. And that's something that's interesting for investigation. Like, am I propelled because I don't feel good enough and I need to accomplish that goal? Or am I motivated by a sense of emptiness inside or a need or something like that? Then that's something to be investigated. But you might find that even if that's there, even behind that, there's a flow. Like say you're talented at something and you want to express that in the world, even if it's something like, doing an awesome spreadsheet, if you're an accountant, there's a creativity even to that. So we make room for our creative expression in life and let that flow through us. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. I think I need to experiment a little more. And second aspect is, from the body, mostly I get the maximum feelings and maximum sensations only in the mind, not in the chest or anywhere else.
Yeah.
And the nerves in the mind will start moving, thoughts will keep coming, and the whole focus remains most of the time is in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So is it natural or is it something not good enough?
So it would be very useful for you to keep bringing your attention into the body so that you notice what's happening in your body.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you're very mind oriented, and I'm sure there's some people here just a lot of mind and like it's a big head and where's the body? It would be good to balance that by by consciously bringing your attention into the body and just noticing the sensations. You might find an emotion there. If there's a whole lot of thinking and you bring your attention into the body, you might find that there's usually fear, maybe something else that's underlying all that thinking. And that's a more direct experience to feel the fear than to be involved in all that thought.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Kishore, what I get from you is that there's a lot of structure. Like you want to know the how to, how do I get from here to there? How do I do this? How do I, and so the invitation for you is to open, loosen, be a little more flowy and free. And see how that is for you, because that may push an edge of your comfort zone. Okay?
So yeah, so the little stupid question maybe, ki how to be like that then, if that is the condition,
Yeah. That's
because it is a conditioning over a number of years has happened. That's why we are so much into what we are today.
yeah.
Yeah, and changing from that to being free and being in flow and accept the presence. Yeah, all those. So what can be the shorter path to that?
There's no magic in that. It's just, recognizing when your attention has gone away from presence and come back and honor that moment. That's a sacred moment. Like, oh, I've been gone. I've been in the mind. I've been out there in the world. I've missed myself. I've missed presence. Then that's okay. I mean, it's very human. We all do that. And then we go, oh, we come back. Sacred moment. Oh, now I can come back because now I'm aware. That's the flow. It's flowy.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Lots to experiment with. Yeah. Very good.
Thank you.